Take a look at this wall. You can't touch it. You can't see it, but you can feel it every time you check your bank account on a Tuesday night and realize the numbers just aren't moving. On one side, 99% of people, they're working 40, 50, 60 hours a week. They're smart, they're hardworking, and they do everything they were told to do. They went to school, they got the job, they pay their taxes, and yet, there's still just one emergency car repair or one unexpected medical bill away from total disaster. On the other side, the 1%. They aren't smarter than you. In many cases, they don't even work as hard as you do, but they have something you don't. They have the blueprint. I spent the last few years obsessed with this wall. I wanted to know, is it luck? Is it inheritance? Or is it something simpler? What I found changed the way I look at every single dollar in my wallet. It's not about a lucky break. It's about 10 boring habits that, when stacked together, create a gravity that pulls wealth towards you. Today, we are tearing down that wall. We're going to look at the math, the psychology, and the raw truth of how wealth is actually built in the United States today. If you feel like you're running on a treadmill that's getting faster while you're getting more tired, this is for you. Let's start with the one habit that sounds the most boring, but is actually the most dangerous to ignore. Let's be real for a second. We've all said it. I'll save whatever is left at the end of the month. But let me ask you, when was the last time there was actually something left? Exactly. The human brain is a masterpiece of rationalization. If there is $500 in your checking account on Friday, by Sunday, your brain will have found 5 essential reasons why that money needs to be spent. A new pair of shoes. A dinner out because it was a hard week. A subscription you forgot to cancel. The wealthy don't fight this urge. They circumvent it. Habit number 1 is aggressive automation. They treat their savings like a government tax. It's mandatory, it's immediate, and it's taken before they ever see it. In the US, this means your 401k, your Roth IRA, or your brokerage account is funded the second that direct deposit hits. If you have to decide to save every month, you've already lost. You're using willpower. And willpower is a finite resource. Millionaires use systems. They make the right choice once, so they don't have to make it ever again. We live in the most sophisticated marketing machine in human history. Every time you open Instagram or walk through a mall, a billion-dollar industry is screaming at you, you aren't enough. But this $80,000 SUV, this will make you enough. The Joneses, those neighbors with the perfect lawn and the brand new Tesla, are usually the most broke people on the block. They are big hat, no cattle. The wealthy share a habit I call the anti-envy filter. They have decoupled their self-worth from their net worth. They understand a fundamental truth. Wealth is what you don't see. Wealth is the car you didn't buy, the first-class upgrade you didn't take, the designer watch that's still in the store. When you see someone driving a luxury car, you don't see their wealth, you see how they spent their wealth. Habit 2 is about realizing that every time you buy something to look rich, you are actually pushing the day you become rich further into the future. It's about asking one question: am I buying this for me? Or am I buying this for the version of me I want other people to see? Now, I'm not going to sit here and tell you that skipping your morning latte will make you a millionaire. That's a lie. The math doesn't work. But the habit of being cheap with the small things while being reckless with the big things, that will keep you poor forever. Rich people are intentionally frugal. They don't mind spending $500 on a pair of boots that will last 10 years, but they'll fight a $10 service fee on their bank statement until the sun goes down. They understand value per use. Most people are penny-wise and pound-foolish. They'll clip coupons for groceries, but then sign a 7% interest rate on a 72-month car loan without blinking. Habit 3 is about knowing your numbers. It's about having a joy-to-dollar ratio. If the latte brings you genuine joy, buy it. But if you're spending $200 a month on a gym membership you use twice, that's not a luxury. That's a leak. And 100 small leaks will sink, even the biggest ship. If you take nothing else away from this, let it be this. In the United States, the system is designed to reward owners and punish workers. If you work for money, your income is taxed at the highest rate. If your money works for you, It's taxed at a much lower rate, sometimes not at all. The wealthy have the habit of constant asset acquisition. They don't save to have money in a bank. They save to buy income. Think about it. $1 in a savings account is a dying soldier. Inflation is eating its strength every single day, but $1 in a low-cost index fund, or a rental property, or a business, that's a soldier that's out there recruiting more soldiers for you. Habit 4 is shifting your mindset from how much do I earn to how many assets do I own? Because you can only work so many hours in a day, but an asset works 24/7, 365 days a year, even while you're sleeping. Most of us were raised on the one paycheck model. You get a good job, you stay there for 30 years, and you retire. In 2026, that is the most dangerous financial strategy on earth. The average millionaire has 7 streams of income. Why 7? Because they know that markets change. Industries die, companies downsize. Habit 5 is the side hustle evolution. They don't start 7 businesses at once. They start 1. They stabilize it. Then they use the profit from the first to fund the second. It might be a small dividend portfolio, a YouTube channel, a consulting gig, or a REIT. The goal isn't to be busy. The goal is to make sure that if your boss decides they don't like you tomorrow morning, your lifestyle doesn't change a single bit. That is the only true definition of financial security. The wealthy are obsessed with a different kind of wealth, intellectual capital. While the average person is spending 3 hours a day scrolling through rage-bait news or celebrity gossip, the wealthy are spending that time closing their knowledge gaps. But here's the trick. They are selective learners. They don't try to learn everything. They learn high-value skills, things like negotiation, tax law, psychology, or digital marketing. They understand that their income will always be capped by their level of expertise. If you want to earn more, you have to become more. Habit 6 is turning your car into a university on wheels. It's about replacing entertainment with education. It sounds cliché, until you realize that one piece of information found in a $20 book can literally save you $20,000 in taxes or earn you $100,000 in a business deal. You've heard the saying, you are the average of the 5 people you spend the most time with. But let's look at the math of that. If your 5 closest friends are all complaining about how they're broke, how the economy is rigged, and how they can't wait for the weekend, guess what? You're going to stay right there with them. The wealthy have the habit of aggressive curation. They aren't elitist, they are protective of their mindset. They seek out the room where people are talking about ideas, not people. The room where a $10 million goal feels small. If you are the smartest, most successful person in your circle is too small. Habit 7 is about finding a mentor, a mastermind, or even just a group of like-minded strivers who will pull you up instead of holding you back. Remember, your network is your net worth. It's not just a cheesy quote, it's a law of physics. We're coming to the end of the blueprint, but these last 3 habits, they're the glue that holds everything together. Habit 8 is calculated risk. The rich don't gamble. They take bets where the upside is huge and the downside is capped. They aren't afraid of no, because they know one yes can change everything. Habit 9 is health as wealth. You can't build an empire if you're too exhausted to get out of bed. They treat their bodies like the high-performance engines they are. And finally, habit 10, the long game. This is the hardest one. In a world of instant everything, the wealthy have the habit of patience. They understand that compounding is a back-loaded miracle. It looks like nothing for the first 5 years. It looks like okay for the next 5. And then, in year 15, it looks like magic. The invisible wall we talked about at the beginning, it doesn't fall down with one big swing of a sledgehammer. It falls down with 10 small habits, practiced every single day for a long time. So, here is my challenge to you. Don't try to do all 10 today. You'll burn out. Pick one, just one. Automate your savings, or audit your friend group, or buy your first asset. Because the person you will be 10 years from now is rooting for you to start today. I'm from Wealthmap, and if this helped you see the wall a little more clearly, hit that subscribe button. Let's build something together. I'll see you in the next one.